This is the last play of the game, of the last game of the RLC Pro League Championship. There are several elements to this goal that make it successful, and it actually starts at about this point where a lot of really good fortune kind of happens for Crown and Jewels that allows this to happen. Not all luck. I'm not going to say this was an entirely lucky goal, but there's some decision making on the part of Crown and Jewels that was really fortunate, and it starts at about here. Now this is where the initial play gets set up. The thing that I want you to watch on this play is, and we're going to go really slow here because I want you to really watch this. Watch the timing of when Sikii comes in to make the initial contact with this ball and when Mike Rules comes off the wall to try and block it. That did not actually slow it down. Let's try again. Alright, let's back up a bit. We'll go full speed so we don't miss anything here. So, okay. Okay. Well, again, I missed it. God damn it. Alright. Let's try this again. Okay. Here we go. So, watch this carefully, because this is really important to the success of this play from where it starts. Now you can see at this point, Sikii starts to boost. So he's going to come in on the ground to try and make contact with this ball the moment it touches the ground. Mike Rules obviously knows Sikii is there, and he wants to try and block this from getting knocked up into the air. Now watch this timing though, and how close Mike actually is to stopping this ball. That's how close he came to making contact with that ball and disrupting this play. Now, at this point, it's Sikii who is going to take off, and he's going to start heading for an aerial. Now, another thing to keep in mind on this play, because this is where the play is going to start to develop on the attack. Cooksier here, he is going to be the only defender that can really contest this shot. Mike is well removed from the play right now. And Marky is over here getting boost. Now he has the ability to come in and defend this, but he's not going to. It's going to be 100% Cooksier on this play. So, at this point, we'll speed it up a little bit more. You're going to see Sikii's going to come up. Now here, as he's making contact, I'm going to put Pashy in frame at the bottom here. Watch the point where Pashy takes off. Right here. So Pashy sees the ball, knows that this play is coming in, and before Sikii makes contact, Pashy is starting to aerial in his direction. Alright? So watch this happen. So the shot happens at this point. That's where the initial aerial happens. I'm going to put this forward a little bit because I want you to watch just before Pashy makes contact. This is really important. Just before Pashy makes contact, take a look at the trajectory of both the ball and of Sikii. They're both basically headed the same direction. Still downward, pretty distant angle, and they're probably going to come down. If this trajectory continued, then they would probably come down maybe like at the bottom of the goal or around, like somewhere in this frame where the camera's pointing. They'd probably fall somewhere in there. And you're going to see Cooksier, who's coming up, is in a great spot to block this. If the ball follows that trajectory that it's aiming at, this is about where it'll come down, and Cooksier is headed in to stop this. But Pashy plays a very critical part in making this goal happen. He's going to make two points of contact on this play, where he's going to come in and make contact with the ball right there, and he's also going to make contact with Sikii right here. So, he makes 2 points of contact on that aerial. Oops. And what that does, take a look at the path of the ball. Like, look at the trail, the tail of the ball. The trajectory of the ball changes because of both of those points of contact. Now, obviously the ball would change trajectory because Pashy hit it, but Sikii also changes trajectory. So he is falling at the same path the ball is taking because he gets hit in basically the same way as the ball. So now they're both going a little more level, and that puts a little bit of air underneath that ball. Just a little bit. And I want you to look at this. As Cookseer comes in to that ball, he can't get to it. The ball's been knocked not only off its path, but it's also been knocked off to the side here. So Cookseer's been taken out of this play. Marky's down here. He's kind of hanging back into a position where he's going to try to respond to a rebound, but this is where the goal really unfolds. So that little touch by Pashy ends up sending the ball into the post there. So that's where the ball hits there. Pashy's obviously gone. But at that point, as you can see, Sikii and Cookseer collide. So there's a little collision there. This doesn't really do much. It doesn't really change the outcome of this play too much. But watch what happens at this point. Sikii's going to come in. The back end of his car is going to hit that ball. And that's all it takes. That stops the rebound from going where Marky can react to it. So Marky's completely out of position. Mike is still, well, Mike is starting to come up, but he's way out of position to do anything about it. And that's the point where the ball goes in. So just like that, those key moments all contributed to the success of this goal. And it all started way, way back here. Like, this is the